Good morning. This is Mike Houston with your Saturday morning weather hazard briefing for southeast Idaho. Looking at the key points this morning, we do have a winter storm which will impact the region tonight and Sunday. Snow levels will start out fairly high this afternoon, 6,500 feet, and then drop to valley floors Sunday morning with the passage of a cold front. We will see moderate snowfall across the eastern mountains and a potential for a spoiler event here in the Snake Plain. We'll get into that here in a few minutes. Beyond Sunday, we expect to see warming temperatures through the middle of next week. Here we are looking at satellite imagery this morning. We see some high clouds spreading in across southern Idaho out ahead of this next storm system that's taking shape off the Pacific Northwest coast. Looking at our weather risk matrix, we see just a chance of showers up in the Sawtooth region late this afternoon and evening. Otherwise, we should see warming temperatures across the area today. Storm system moves across the region late tonight and Sunday. It'll bring initially some rain to the valley locations and mountain snow. And then as the cold front goes through Sunday morning, we'll see any rain switching over to snow in all areas. And we'll also see windy conditions down here in the Magic Valley. You see we have moderate impact conditions here for the Magic Valley for the wind and for the southeast and eastern highlands for the snow. We'll get into those details here in a minute. After the storm system on Sunday, as I mentioned, we do have a high-pressure ridge building into the region early next week, and we'll see warming conditions all the way through midweek. Looking at the storm track for this afternoon, we do show that the storm system advancing into the coastal areas this afternoon, but out ahead of it, a nice warm southwest fetch across southern Idaho. That'll bring us fairly warm temperatures with readings generally peaking in the lower 50s here in the Snake River Plain and close to 60 in the Burley area. If you look into the mountainous regions, generally highs running in the mid-40s to lower 50s across the Central Mountains and Southeast Highlands. By Sunday, that storm system, here we are showing the low-pressure trough advancing into southern Idaho, will be moving through southern Idaho, bringing colder temperatures, certainly snow, and winds to the region. High temperatures, we'll probably score these on Sunday early morning as temperatures will be falling throughout most of the day, but high temperatures early Sunday morning, generally in the 30s here in the Snake River Plain, maybe 40 down here in the Burley area, and then we're back up into the 30s here in the Central Mountains and Southeast Highlands. Again, that'll be early in the day with falling temperatures throughout the afternoon. In addition, we'll see very strong winds here across the Magic Valley, South Central Highlands, just behind the cold front. In fact, I think between 7 and 10 p.m. we may actually sneak up into some high wind conditions. So we'll be taking a look at that either this afternoon or again tonight. May actually have to convert what we have out there now, which is a wind advisory, to a high wind warning, at least for the morning hours for this region here. You see some of the areas in the Central Mountains and the Eastern Highlands will also see some wind, not quite as strong as what we will be getting down here in the Burley area, which is gusts over the mountainous areas of 50 to 60 miles per hour. In addition to the wind and the colder temperatures, we will see some snowfall. This is our expected snowfall amounts here, generally 1 to 2 inches here in the Snake River Plain and upwards of 4 to 8 inches here across the Eastern Highlands where we have a snow advisory out. In the Central Mountains, not quite as much, maybe 2 to 4 inches here north of Galena Summit, much less down here in the Wood River region. That's what we're expecting. If things were to get sideways, we could see upwards of 2 to 4 inches here in the Snake River Plain, and that's a result of a potential convergence event which will be setting up here in the Upper Valley by late morning and working south towards Pocatello, Blackfoot, American Falls by early afternoon. So we'll have to keep our eyes open for that. That might require us to go ahead and issue a snow advisory for the lower valley locations. But for right now, we just have a snow advisory out for the Eastern Highlands. These are our watches and warnings that are currently out. As I mentioned, we do have a winter storm advisory for the eastern mountains. You can see the mountain valley locations. It doesn't look like we're going to collect enough snow there to warrant an advisory there, but we do have a special weather statement out for those mountain valleys and also the Snake River Plain, as the details are yet to shake out in those areas, particularly concerning that convergence event I was just mentioning. We also have a wind advisory out for the south central highlands and the Burley area. Looks like we'll see long-lasting advisory conditions starting, probably about 4 a.m. in the morning Sunday and continuing through 9 p.m. And as I mentioned previously, we may have a period between 7 and 10 a.m. tomorrow morning in the Burley area and south central highlands where we actually peak up into the high wind category. We'll be taking a look at that here in following shifts. As we work out into early next week, here I am showing the storm track for Tuesday. We get a high-pressure ridge pumping up along the coast, and that could only mean one thing this time of year: warmer temperatures. So here we are looking at the temperatures for Thursday, peaking in the lower 60s in the Burley area and mid to upper 50s here in the Snake River Plain. The Central Mountains will also see some warm temperatures, generally in the 50s, maybe even hitting 60 in the Chalice area, and generally in the 50s here in the Southeast Highlands. All right, to wrap this up, winter storm impacting the region tonight and Sunday. We see snow levels starting out fairly high at 6,500 feet this evening and then dropping to valley floors Sunday morning with the passage of a cold front. We'll see moderate snowfall across the eastern mountains and a potential spoiler event for the Snake Plains, so stay tuned on that, and certainly see some very strong winds in the Magic Valley area. Beyond Sunday, looks like we get back into a ridge and warming temperatures through the middle of next week. If you had any comments or questions, please reach out to us on the number on the screen. Thank you.